Hello and welcome to another video. If you have been watching videos on this channel for a while, you would know that I am fascinated by the lore in both Bear Star as well as Bear Alpha. I find it amusing how so many different aspects of the game can be connected together. You would have never expected Malbear and the organism to be connected in any way, however the recently added Jimbo quest actually proves this, albeit this is a very small connection. What I'm trying to say is that Bear's lore is very interesting. However, there is one character who I would like to talk about due to their lacking content in the story. In fact, this character has no lore relevance whatsoever, and I'm not sure why they are even in the game. Today, I will be analyzing Fritz. I will be going over who he is and why I think he is the worst character in terms of lore. Let's begin. Before I rip into Fritz, who exactly is he? Fritz is a skin which was added on September 25th, 2023. He was added only 5 days after the 2023 anniversary event, which also included the infamous Grandmaster quest. Fritz served as the secondary reward after completing the quest once Henry Master became limited. The skin was actually showcased earlier than its formal release, as it appeared as an NPC in the lobby during the anniversary event. In terms of his actual story, he is extremely lacking. Fritz's biggest trait in terms of the lore is that he is the brother of Henry Master, who is arguably the main villain of the entire game. He also has one personality trait, that being that he is constantly scared or worried. He is truly the character of a lifetime. Other than that, there is nothing more to his character. I think you can see where the problem is coming from. Fritz, as a character, serves nothing more than to be the scared brother of Henry. Bear Star's story would be completely unaffected if this skin wasn't even added to the game. However, why am I accusing Fritz of being the worst character in the game when there are some other characters like him? Well, one character which I think could be close in terms of story content to Fritz is Dr. Silas. This character was first introduced in the Carnival update as a part of the Greenton Asylum remake. However, he wasn't formally added as a skin until around a month later. Similarly to Fritz, Dr. Silas has no speaking roles or is mentioned anywhere significant. All he has is an office in Greenton Asylum. However, even this is better than what Fritz has, which may I remind you, is absolutely nothing. Dr. Silas also appears a lot differently in his skin version when compared to the image in his office. He now is wearing an eye patch and his clothes are more dirty. Overall, although Dr. Silas is a somewhat lacking character, he does have some features which can lead to theories and speculating. Fritz has absolutely nothing to go off of. Okay, so now that I have discussed why I don't like Fritz, that being that he is absolutely useless, why is he like this? Well, I think this can be chalked up to the bad timing of Bear's lore. You see, the story hasn't really been that big of a thing inside of Bear. It only really started to be expanded once Biscuit and Papa Doomsday became developers. However, besides this, the main issue of the lore is how it is released. Whenever Bear updates, only a small amount of lore is released at a time. There are a few exceptions to this, such as the Carnival update. Anyways, when this happens, the lore provided is often brand new. Newer and newer lore is always being continuously added, while connections and explanations to older lore aren't. This pattern eventually leads to a messy and overcomplicated story, and like it or not, that is the state Bear's story is in right now. Before I continue, I would like to say that I'm not hating the Bear developers and their storytelling skills. I love Bear's story and I love to see where it heads, as it is very interesting. However, with the way it is currently being released, some aspects never get explained thoroughly. Now, coming back to Fritz, the Bear developers had the perfect chance to integrate him into the story, however they missed it. The Grandmaster quest was not only meant to be a difficult challenge, however it was supposed to tie up Henry's story. The quest was in development for months, it was even teased when Cheese Factory first released. However, when it actually was added to the game, a ton of content was scrapped. If you haven't already, I recommend you check out my video going over all of the scrapped content of this quest, but anyways, in that video I mentioned how at the very end of the quest there was going to be a cutscene with Henry. This cutscene could have not only been the perfect way to tie up Henry's story, but it could have also introduced Fritz in an interesting way. Unfortunately, all we get is the screen fading to black when we complete the quest. All in all, Fritz Master is a poorly designed character, as he was never given the chance to be expanded on. He was never mentioned before his release and his character missed the perfect chance to develop. Hopefully in the future this character will be further expanded on, however seeing how the bear games are being discontinued, I highly doubt this. Thank you for listening to me rant and I hope you enjoyed.